Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my adventures, back to Dav's Hope. Yeah,
Incoming message.
I visited the engineer a few videos ago for armor and hull reinforcements, and it took all of my manufactured materials that I had stored up, all of it, had nothing left. So now I'm stuck with being back to Dav's Hope and collecting materials again and again and again. I just was very surprised it ate up all of it, because I had to go to the material trader and move things to grade 5 because there was so much that was grade 5 required. And now I have to spend probably up to a few days collecting. Be sure to look to the lower right hand corner and press that subscribe button. We need subscribers, donors, Patreon members, and those that are willing to add up to 200 units of tritium into the fleet carrier. And if you do that, you get access to our pre-release videos, which can be up to 100 videos. Our channel needs lots of help. See, right now it's just a come along. So, because we've gotten less than 1% to try to help the channel, we've gone back to, or gone to, pre-release videos, and I'm just doing what I see that's necessary to support my gameplay instead of trying to please the viewers. And it might always be this way, we'll see. I mean, we don't get support. I just do what's good for my gameplay. Now, if you did what I did with cargo missions and planetary exploration and bounty hunting and upgrading my ships with the engineers, you can do pretty good. I have a fleet carrier, upkeep of 25 million a week. I have about 7 billion left in cash. I have 13 ships. Most of them are fully decked out with engineer upgrades. So it's pretty good. So I just show you a way of doing it. But we're going to have to grind for a little while to collect manufactured materials again. But everything's not about the YouTube channel anymore. Used to be. I tried, but we just couldn't get enough support and interest. So we got the viewers. We got about 23,000 views on our videos, but we couldn't get enough subscribers, and that's what YouTube requires. So my hands are tied. So now you can come along and see how I do things, but I'm not trying to think about, okay, what would the viewers like to see? No, because that didn't work. That's what I was trying to do, but that didn't work.
Incoming message.
So now it's just what I want to do. Now I have to admit the videos kind of help me from getting too bored. I still get bored, but not as bored as I always did before I did videos. So it's like I have an audience I get to talk to while I'm doing the things that I have to do to support my gameplay, because it is a grind game. I know there's people, oh, it's not a grind game. Oh, it's a grind game. It is. You have to grind, especially if you have a fleet carrier. And the fleet carriers are nice. You get to carry all your stuff around, and you get 500 light year jump range with all your stuff. I mean, it's very nice. But it's not cheap.
Incoming message.
Now there's a little more motivation for collecting materials here at Dav's Hope when you completely 100% run out of all materials. That's motivation. Because yes, credits are number one in the grind. Materials are pretty close, right? It's just a little bit behind, but not too much. You have to have those materials if you want to upgrade your ships, where they're top notch and they give you an edge and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, the previous upgrade I did was burst lasers for my Vulture. Boy, that made a difference. It's 47% less, or 45% less energy used and heat generated, and 27% more damage to your opponents. So that was pretty big. So I have to have materials. Now, the last upgrades that I did was with armor and hull reinforcement, and it pretty much mainly used manufactured materials. That's where we took the biggest hit.
Incoming message.
Before we leave here, we'll probably do some more raw material gathering, but the primary goal right now is just to collect manufactured materials. You'll see I keep looking to the left. I'm looking at my inventory, and we're probably 15% right now. So we still have a long ways to go. And this is like our third video since I've been back to Dav's Hope. I mean, it takes a while to fill it back up. I'm probably going to slow down a little bit on No Man's Sky and Subnautica because we're not getting the views. So I'll probably focus a little more on Elite Dangerous. At least get to the 10 billion total credits in my main account and my fleet carrier combined before I slow down a little bit on cargo. I want to make sure all my ships are maxed engineer upgraded want to make sure we have more than enough materials for synthesis and for engineering. I would like to get to at least the expert rank of combat instead of just competent. I mean, there's several things I have goals in mind. It was to build the YouTube channel. That was a major part, but it would take over 7 years to get any kind of support from YouTube at the rate we were going. So it's no longer a high priority. It does keep me from getting too bored, so I'll continue to create videos, but not at the rate that I was creating videos. Now those tall containers, those usually fill up first, and we're a little over halfway. But the others are only about 15%, so we still have a while.
Handbrake is on.
Get a little bit closer. Oh, because it's already scanned, but it's on. That's a good indication. I like Dav's Hope though for collecting raw and manufactured materials. It's a great place just to hang out as long as you can stand it. It'll pay off. And it's kind of relaxing too, in a way. Have constant enemies trying to kill you while you're collecting material, so that part's good.
Incoming message.
Yeah, the classified scan databanks are full, so we can't take on any more of those, and that's on the encoded side. We'll see if that's the primary encoded that we're receiving. It's like I don't think we need to go out to Jameson at the moment. I did move some, no, I didn't move anything around for encoded at Material Traders because that's not what we were running out of when we were upgrading. See where we're at with our recording. We're still doing okay. Now, if we ever get more subscribers, then we'll raise the emphasis on the YouTube channel, but
Incoming message.
not at the less than 1% that we were getting. You get 2,000 subscribes to get to use on YouTube channels, but most people seem to be allergic to that. But it's caused us to pull back on our YouTube channel, the lack of support. So if you don't support those channels that you watch, they'll probably pull back too, because it's just not worth all the time that you spend on it if you can't get support. And that's kind of where we're at the moment. It's more discouraging than it is encouraging. But for the most part, I like playing Elite Dangerous. There are a few things that drive me absolutely crazy, but I like No Man's Sky and Subnautica, but I'm getting close to running out of things to actually do that interest me.
Incoming message.
Yeah, the unable to receive data storage. It did collect specialized legacy framework or firmware, but some of it is full.
Deployed.
But since we need to finish the armor and the hull reinforcement, and we need to finish on our Fer-de-Lance the burst beam lasers, we're going to use more materials, so I need to get a good collection of the manufactured and the raw materials. Again, we didn't use as much of the raw as we did on the manufactured, but we did use some. As you can see, we're filling up on the scanned, the encoded. So for a little while, you'll see quite a few Dav's Hope videos. Since you're coming along with us. And that's what we need the most at this very moment. We still need credits pretty bad, but
Incoming message.
to get to our goal. And for my on-call day job, well, it's not a day job, it's 24/7, 365 on-call. But I've got about 30 minutes before I've got a meeting that I've got to attend. I'm remote, so it's all conference calls. And when others that do what you do are on vacation or paid time off, then you get even more work to do. That's kind of the way it is today. You got to do your work and their work. And I still need to collect manufactured materials. And I've probably recorded 30 or 40 videos that I haven't edited yet. But I want to max out my gameplay materials and credits
Incoming
and
message.
ships and all of that. So that's kind of the focus right now. Plenty to do. But you take one task at a time, and the task at hand is collecting manufactured materials again. It's the most important at this very moment. And then we'll go back out to the engineers, see if we can complete that with the materials we have at the time. But I do appreciate you coming along. I just wish more of you would support the channel. But it is what it is. So you got to respond and react and do what you have to do when that happens. So YouTube is not what you kind of think it when you first start with it. It doesn't work quite as well. If you're a super dynamic speaker and you can draw people in with your elegant voice and all of that, then I guess it works out pretty good. For the rest of us, it doesn't work out very good. Even though I have almost 23,000 views to my videos. Still doesn't work out very good. Because you don't get ranked by your views, you get ranked by your subscribers. And we can't get subscribers, so not enough. And come along means that you hear the good, the bad, and the ugly about what's going on in my world at the time. And of course, Elite Dangerous is part of my world at the moment. I use a VR, and so I'm immersed in it. Which I think that's pretty cool, to be able to be immersed in something like this. Seems like it's really real. While you had the headset on. But it's certainly not the last time we're coming to Dab's Hope. I'm sure we'll come to Dab's Hope many times. For one, I do like it. I like having enough materials when you go to the engineer. Now we didn't this time. We ran out. We almost got there, but we were a little short. Check everything out. Okay. And we're already running out of space for the encoded on this tower. So that's what that error is giving us. It didn't receive anything that time. But there's a little urgency to build our manufactured materials back up. We're getting much closer to filling up those taller ones, that high density composites. Still haven't found any discount tritium since the update. Just afraid that they're stopping those discount tritium runs where you have to pay about 40,000 instead of 4,000. It was nice when we could get them for 4,000. Keep watching for it though.
Incoming message.
We did get a few that time. But we're still getting a few encodeds. So it's probably worth still scanning. We haven't been to a material trader for encoded yet. This will probably be our last run for this video because of that meeting I have coming up. 2. Appreciate you coming along. Make sure you find a way to help the channel. And eventually we could get back to focusing on what the viewers want. So until the next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye.